Hey, what's up, everyone? Again, I have something really important. This is like a part two, actually, to the last two talks I did from the You Don't Get to Give Up. And that has actually gone viral. It's been amazing. I've been having people writing me from literally all over the world. And what I'm continuing to realize is we all need hope. And I haven't pre-planned this message. I'm just speaking from my heart. That's all I can really do. And every time before I get up here and talk, I get nervous all the time. I feel fear all the time. And it takes me reading these messages. Like I just got like 15 more. And I just recently read one from someone, of course I won't mention your name, but all the way from another country writing me how they have been battling through a very hard divorce, a very, very hard divorce. And not only have they been thinking of giving up and are they going through divorce, but they've been thinking about committing suicide and ending their life. And they said the last post that I just did, the last Facebook Live, hey, how you doing, Linda? The last Facebook Live I just did started to give them some hope. And I realized, wow, it's so important to do these things. And I'm thinking of all of you listening to these, not only you who are going after your dreams and not giving up, but people that are writing me talking about committing suicide and giving up on their lives. And what I continue to tell you is you really can't give up. You have to understand, I wrote this, even heroes need hope. Like everyone goes through it. Everyone goes through storms. Everyone goes through adversity. And I want to be transparent to the person that wrote me that from that other country because I want to help you even more. I went through a separation in my own marriage. I mean, this is real talk. Thank God it ended up working out. But we were separated. We went through so much adversity about 8 years ago. I mean, our kids were having to go back and forth. This was a few years after I had even started my company. And I remember I couldn't explain to my kids what was going on. I couldn't help it. My daughters were like 4 and 5. They were crying, Daddy, why can't you just come home with us? And they couldn't understand how complicated the situation. And I didn't know what I was going to do. I did not know. I was terrified. I want to keep this real with everyone because my life isn't all sunshine and roses. I was terrified out of my mind. There was so much going on in my house. There was so much going on between my wife and I. It was bringing the worst out of both of us. It was bringing the worst out of me. And I was worried that if I didn't get out of there, that something bad was going to happen. So we temporarily were separated. I thought it was probably going to lead to a divorce. And I remember, and I'm talking to you watching this, and everyone that's been writing me, and especially you who are writing me that's going through that divorce and thinking about committing suicide. You got to listen to me, man. You've got to hear me out. My marriage could have ended in divorce, but I'm telling you, this is why I talk about God. I don't do it to preach to people or to act like I'm special or judgmental. I'm telling you, that's where I latched on to Jesus. And if I did not have Jesus, I'm telling you, I would not have made it. I would not be here right now. I wouldn't have made it through my time in jail. I wouldn't have made it through that separation. That's why I try to tell all of you, it gives you hope. Because I knew no matter what happened, even if we would have got a divorce, committed suicide was never an option. But I knew I couldn't handle it on my own, so I just gave it all to God. And I took it one day, one step at a time, and He continued to reconcile our marriage. We've been going on over 10 years now. But I'm telling you, we all go through it. You can't give up. You cannot take your life. You have no idea. If you're here, if you're living, if you're breathing, God has a purpose for you. And also, I have a client with special needs that comes to my program, Dream Shine. And he's visually impaired. He was born this way, hearing impaired, and he's in a wheelchair. And he's smiling every day. And he's happy. He comes there so happy. He has joy and laughter, and he can't see, he can't even hear, and he can't walk. And this guy has more gratitude than most of us have. So if you're writing me this and you're thinking about committing suicide and you woke up today and you can see, then you have a reason to be thankful. It's so much bigger than the storms and the situations and the circumstances we go through. And another thing I like to tell people is, even though you're feeling broken or you're feeling like you're not worthy, you know what? Start even trying to encourage and inspire others. Don't wait for yourself to be perfect or for conditions to be perfect. And don't believe that voice in your head that says you're not good enough to help other people out. Because so many of I knew one lady that was battling cancer. And as she was doing that, she felt so hopeless. And what she did is she started going and mentoring and helping out other people that were battling cancer. Meanwhile, she was going through all the treatments herself. And in turn, that started helping her out. But everyone, we cannot do this alone. We all have to continue to encourage each other. And I'm getting more and more of these messages. I'm getting a lot of them. I'm so thankful that these Facebook Live posts are inspiring you all and giving you hope. But I hate that when I see someone's thinking about killing themselves. Because I'm, again, the real talk, in my earlier years, when I went through my jail, my drugs, my alcohol, that thought used to cross my head. I used to think, I'm no use to the world, I'm a disgrace, it'd be easier if I was just gone. And deep down in my gut, I knew that wasn't true. And it's not an overnight process. But God has such a powerful purpose for you. It doesn't mean you have to be the person in the spotlight. You might be the one that encourages someone else, that literally changes the world. Just by one little thing you do, it's that butterfly effect. But if you give up, if you end your life, you will never have that chance to live out your legacy and help be part of the change of this world. And this adversity you're going through right now will not last forever. It will not last forever. These storms, they come and go in our lives, and I know some are horrible. When I went through that situation in my marriage, there's no feeling I couldn't even describe it to someone. And if you haven't been through that, you can't relate to it. But when you go through these things and you don't give up, when you go through these things and you don't allow it to take you down, and yes, I had days that I was mad, I had days I was angry, I had days I temporarily gave up, but I woke back up, and I said this before, we keep battling day in and day out. And when you keep doing this day in and day out, if you can see my feet walking, it's like one foot in front of the other, one day, one step at a time. If you don't give up, and if you continue to believe in God and believe that He actually has something bigger and better for you, you will absolutely, I promise you, come through this and come out better than you ever were before. Because the person that wrote me that, and all of you that are going through this adversity, when you get to the other side of that, you will not be the same person anymore. You will be stronger, and you will literally be at the next level. And the next time that storm hits you, you'll be able to face it, and you'll say, I got through that so I can get through this. And that is how we get to the next level in life. I've never seen so many times God blesses us by using a storm. I don't know why it's like that. I do not know why. But what I've learned is He loved me so much to show me, if you lose it all, Mark, I'm still here for you. If you trust me, no matter what. You cannot worship or idolize. Our purpose is not defined by any other human being. No other human being on this planet dictates your destiny but you. It's between you and God. And when I said every superhero needs encouragement, I bet you thought I was talking about someone else, but I'm talking about you. You are literally the superhero of your own story. No, it's not the next president that you're waiting on to save you or rescue you. Stop waiting on a hero to save you. You are the hero of your own story, and you start saving other people. No matter what, who gets elected, I don't even want to get into politics. Yes, I'm going to exercise my right to vote, but whoever gets elected, I'm going to continue to be the hero of my own story no matter what, because I'm not a victim. And no one person has that much power over your life. God is the one that gives you the power. When Jesus died, without getting too complex into it, He released the power of the Holy Spirit into you. So all of you have that same power that can literally change the world, and you can work miracles through you. So please, please, please don't give up. Don't give up. I love you. You are so important. And yes, I am not the hero. You, my friends, are the true heroes. Have an awesome day and God bless.